Welcome back. September is Hunger Action Awareness Month, and in Palm Beach County, more than 132,000 people are projected to be food insecure, with 1 in 5 children going to bed hungry. The Palm Beach County Food Bank has handed out more than 11 million meals to people living in Palm Beach County. And coming up, the nonprofit will be hosting its second annual Empty Bowls in the Gardens. We're going to get more to that in a second, but I want to introduce Jamie Kendall and Alexis Brock here. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, we're going to get to that Empty Bowls initiative in a moment, but first, Jamie, for people who don't know about the food bank, talk about it and explain your work every day.
Sure. Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for having us. So the food bank procures food. Think of us as a big warehouse that collects all this food from a number of different donors and different ways that we pick up food drives, these kind of things. And then we work with about 200 partner agencies in the community that are actually our boots on the ground and get food out to those that are in need of food assistance.
Okay, and now Alexis, talk to us a little bit more about the Empty Bowls initiative. People hear that name and it's meant to get people's attention and raise awareness, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are hosting the Empty Bowls event at downtown Palm Beach Gardens in partnership with the Palm Beach County Food Bank. It's the second annual one. Guests can expect food sampling of soups as well as live entertainment, raffles. Even Craft House has donated some ceramic bowls that are a gift to event attendees that the community has painted. It will be held September 30th, like I said, from 11 to 2 in the interior part of the shopping center.
We're looking at some pictures from last year's event, right? And those are the bowls you're talking about. And again, the point of this is to let people know there is still a need out there. And Jamie, talk to us more about that, because we know inflation is hitting people hard. The prices of eggs and other valuables that are at the grocery store. What is the need like right now? Explain more
So the
about
need
that.
is great.
Yeah.
There are 132,000 individuals in Palm Beach County alone that are at risk of not knowing where their next meal is coming from. So we're seeing an increase in the need with our senior population who's living on fixed incomes, and the inflationary issues that everybody is facing are affecting seniors, families with children. The average family now is spending over $1,000 a month on groceries.
I believe it.
That is up tremendously from years past, and it's really reaping havoc on a lot of folks.
And I think that's important to note too. You talk about seniors struggling, but these are everyday people who have well-paying jobs, you would say, in the normal sphere of things, who cannot afford groceries because at the end of the day, rent is going up, right?
Absolutely.
So can you talk more about that, about how the type of people you're seeing come in?
Sure. So we're seeing people that we've never seen asking for assistance before.
Yeah.
And we're fielding phone calls daily. Our staff works with people that are looking for food assistance, maybe never having asked before, not knowing really what they need to do or where they need to go. So we're hearing some really heartfelt stories out there of people just needing that little bit of extra assistance so that they are able to feed their family, able to still provide for their family with the rent increases and the holidays coming up. So we're just always looking for ways that we can get word out about what we do.
And people should not be ashamed to ask for help.
Absolutely not.
Because,
absolutely not.
Okay, Alexis, is there anything else you want to explain about the event coming up, or any last words?
I think we should talk about ticket prices.
All right, let's talk about that. All right.
All proceeds do benefit the Palm Beach County Food Bank. It is $35 for general admission and $60 for VIP. All tickets do grant access to the food sampling of the soup, as well as the live entertainment, but VIP do get some nice appetizer bites as well as adult beverages.
Okay.
So that's always fun. But we
right.
do encourage everybody to come out and support the food bank. It's obviously needed in our community. We want to help our hungry neighbors.
And we saw that big warehouse that constantly needs to be filled, so I'm sure you're looking for donations as well all the time.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you both so much for stopping by, and go to their event, help them out. We have